She saw her mother's picture in his wallet, and everything changed. Part 3. That night, Claire couldn't sleep. She pulled out her own framed picture of her mother and compared it to the one from Richard's wallet. They were identical, both young Evelyn, smiling, alive. The next morning, she found herself standing outside his hotel. She didn't know why her feet had brought her there, but something inside her needed answers. Richard welcomed her in quietly, no questions asked. On the table lay boxes filled with letters, old photos, and keepsakes. Each one was proof of his search, his memories, his love. I never stopped carrying her with me, he said softly, and I never stopped hoping I'd meet you one day. For the first time, Claire saw sincerity in his eyes, not the stranger who had walked into her cafe, but the father she had longed for. Weeks passed. Richard came to the cafe often, sometimes just to watch Claire work, other times to share stories about Evelyn, how she loved daisies, how she laughed until she cried, how stubborn she could be. Slowly, the wall between them crumbled. Claire laughed at his stories, cried at the ones about Evelyn's struggles, and listened as he spoke of the life he wished he could have shared with them both. One evening, as the sun set outside the cafe windows, Claire poured 2 cups of coffee and slid one across to him. I don't know how to do this, she admitted, but I want to try, to know you, to give this a chance. Richard's eyes filled with tears. That's all I could ever ask for. They clinked cups gently, a silent promise between father and daughter. Months later, Claire stood proudly outside her very own cafe, Evelyn's Place. Richard had helped her open it, not as charity, but as a father finally giving his daughter the future her mother had dreamed of. The sign above the door gleamed in the morning sun, and for the first time in years, Claire's heart felt whole. Inside, a photo of Evelyn hung on the wall, smiling down at them both. Claire looked at Richard, tears shining in her eyes. We finally found our missing piece, and together, they stepped inside, ready to build a future, one cup of coffee at a time. The end.